We're live.
Basheer Muhammad, better known to you as Pop Keys. You know, I'm always in time and on time. I always start on time. So it's up to you to get in here. I know a lot of people like waiting for people to jump on. I just been trained up to be in time and on time. So that's the way I'm always move. And in time and on time. And as usual, I always start with prayer. That is very, very key for our success. So I'm going to start out in the most holy name of Almighty God Allah, who came to us in the person of Master Farad Muhammad, the great Mahdi, who was to come and has come to restore we who are lost from our own kingdom of Islam, and to destroy those who have destroyed us. Allah God, O Allah, we are thy people. Deliver us from our murderers, and we serve and obey thee all the days of our lives. And we will teach our children to submit to thee, through that unequal love and mercy for thou. And thanks to you, O Allah, for making manifest to us our enemy, the devil, and help us, O Allah, to live the life and die the death of a Muslim. I bear with there's no God but thee, and I bear with the most honorable Muhammad Elijah. Muhammad is your last and greatest apostle. May we all live the life and die the death of a Muslim. And I pray, O Allah, that you remove the heart of the devil from the black nation and will replace it with one like thy own. For surely my life, my death, my prayer, and my sacrifices, all for you, Allah, the Lord of all the worlds. No associate has he. This I have commanded. Thank you, Allah, for this day. Thank you for this gift of life. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Alhamdulillah. Takbir Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Good evening, everyone. I pray all is well with you all tonight and your families. I pray for peace, love, and happiness for the black nation. One day, soon, we shall be a free people. We'll be able to chart our own course on this planet. There will be no more wars on the planet. There will be no more slavery, suffering, and death on the planet that we live in, that belong to the original man of this planet. Hunger and poverty shall disappear from the face of the planet. Oppression and tyranny shall disappear from the face of the planet. People will be able to make their own choices and control their own destiny in their own lands. Because the troublemaker will be no more. So Allah is here to remove the heart of the devil from the original man of this planet and the woman, and to destroy this evil, sinful, wicked, and accursed beast. You can take it or let it alone. But if I were you, I would pay heed to these words tonight. Because the question is, where are we going in 2022? You know, the year for me is starting off very, very, very well. You know, Pop Keys is always dealing with problems, other people's problems, so to speak, but they're my problem because they relate to me. They relate to my family and other people. And Allah is very, very good when you get to know the Son of Man. When you have made your deposit in the bank of life, in that book of life, and when you live and you're moving through life, and you're striving through life, you meet challenges and obstacles You take on tasks and responsibilities. At some point in life, you begin to know what you're doing. Even those around you might not recognize that's what you know. They only know what they know based on their experience and endeavors in life. But the law is good. I spoke last week because I was a little pissed off with my sons, some of them, the way they're moving out here. But in the course of a week, a lot of good things have happened. My sons, one of them in particular, getting back on course. He started to atone for his mistakes, taking on the responsibility of doing more for himself as a young man. You understand? A lot of times, you do certain things, your family don't even want you around them. But I'm the type of man, I follow teacher Honorable Elijah Muhammad, and he told us, whenever there's a captured believer, we have to go get them. And you can be captured in many ways, not just being captured by locked up. You can be captured through your own misdeeds and your own actions and your own way of thinking and looking at life and moving through life. First, you got to know how to atone to yourself. So a lot of those things came my way because a lot of my family, they didn't want to really take on that responsibility, but I'm a soldier. And I'm not going to let my sons fall off the cliff if I can help. That's not going to happen. I'm not going to let inconvenience or things that I want to do let me overlook my seeds. Because a lot of brothers and sisters don't understand this. See, when you leave home, when you really leave home and strike out on your own, and you've been out there a year, maybe 2 years, maybe 3, you're nothing but 1, 2, or 3 years old. So as a child moving on this planet, you're going to make mistakes. I understand this. And the key to this is when you leave with a foundation of the knowledge of self and who the true and living God is. Sometimes we get arrogant with the knowledge. Sometimes we think we know more than the Creator himself. And Allah will chastise you behind and let you know who's really in charge. So one of my sons, Samad, I couldn't let him be out there on the streets, so I had to take him on in. But with Pop Keys, see, I'm not Mama Keys, I'm Pop Keys. You have to take on certain responsibilities. Understand? So you just can't tell me anything. I can see your mind before you open your mouth because I know the responsibilities of a man, and I know the responsibility of one that calls himself or striving to be a God. Just because you say you're God don't make you a God. You have to strive and grow into the mind of the true and living God through your deeds and actions. Even when you fall and run to an obstacle, how you overcome it, how you admit your own faults, your own mistakes, how you quit falling back on your mother, telling lies and making excuses for your failures. All the men I've trained up in life, see, that don't work with me. This is what you have to do. You understand? Step 1, 2, and 3. Now let's get moving. I put you on the timetable. You got 30 days. Get it together. You understand? That's it. I'm gonna make sure you're good. Make sure you're fed. Need to drop you somewhere, do that. Understand? You got somewhere you can lay your head. But brother, you have a powerful name that you've been given. You got to live up to that. You understand? So that means you got to get in motion. I mean, you got to atone for your misdeeds. Understand? And I'm glad to report this week, you know, my son is in motion now. He done took on a responsibility for himself. He's getting up every morning, hitting that door, taking care of business. So business can take care of him. You understand what I'm saying? Took on responsibility. We took on our grandchildren, Salute and Elia. Mother called me crying and all that type of stuff from Florida. They threatened to take the children and all this other type of stuff because she's been kind of slacking. And my beautiful son, Asia, one of the 19 keys talked about the other day in the podcast. He gave so much to him in knowledge and wisdom, material things, taught him a lot. And how he recognized that, you know, Asia one didn't really owe him anything. I mean, he didn't owe Asia one anything. The Asia one was trained, he was the oldest son in my family with Basheer. So his job was to teach them. You understand? He did a very, very good job. He taught them how to approach people, taught them about charisma. He taught them how to soldier. He even taught them how to speak to women. And one thing I appreciate about 19 Keys is, see, he recognizes all those attributes that were given to him, and he loved his brother. But I'd like to report tonight, because you know, our grandson a little hard-headed because he haven't had a lot of that guidance because his father was hit by this beast several times, locked up, put in isolation and all type of stuff because he had too much power within himself and he had no fear of the devil. And the devil will frighten the men that's that masculine. So they do everything within their power to destroy that manhood in you. And every time he got caught up in something, they would lock him up, put him in isolation, you know, segregation, being very defiant, in open court and all these type of things. And when he was trying to really get it together, you know, they hit him again. So his children got separated from him, which he truly loved his children wholeheartedly. Because at one point he was the mother and the father of his children, because his mother was being other than herself, wanting to do this, do that, run here, do that, get the children up, bathe them, talk to them, teach them about the science and simple knowledge of self, feed them clothes, make sure they have a roof over their head, whole 9 yards. And that when they snatched him up, you know, the children had to go. They took the children from him, come to my house, and took the children. But the mother wasn't there. She and her other mother, her mother, you know, they going to the court system trying to get custody of the kid, but they didn't even want custody at that time. So that shook my son, took something out of it. But I'm glad to report, though, you know, and we had some words this weekend. Tell me what not to say to his son. Look to Luke, I'm grandpa. I ain't never put a hand on it, but I will check you in a certain way. So I had to get at him, get at me, I get at him. You know what I mean? But I had to tell him as well, brother, it's time for you to get back on the square. Do not let this devil break you. You Asian one, Farad Muhammad. You my son, I love you. I want what's best for you, and I want my son back. Understand? So let's get on the move, brother. Oh, he hadn't even cut his hair down there in the year. Understand? But I'm glad to report. So the other day, last night, the day before, we cut his hair off, shaved back up. Look like Asian one, Farad Muhammad. Got up this morning, he was gone. I'll take care of business. Understand? See, these are the things that Allah will do for you, brothers and sisters. Am I a perfect being? Hell no. But I do know how to serve. You understand what I'm saying? And I've been serving a long, long time. So those are good. That's a good way to start the year off, in my estimation. You know, see that light coming back into my son's eyes. Understand? So all praise due to Allah came to us in the person of Master Farad Muhammad. These are the things that we have to strive. That's why it's so important for fathers to be around their children, whether they're old or young, because sometimes they need that guidance, even when they're grown. Especially if you can stand on the square and strive to be upright yourself, best you can. Understand? Even people in the family might not know your techniques and moves. Understand? But your children can have something that they can draw from, but they know someone really cares about them, truly loves them, no matter what. As long as you don't go against these teachings, go against Allah and His messenger, you're good with me. Understand? Sometimes you got to be patient. The answer is not always there. Understand? Sometimes that opening will come and you see it, and you act on it, and you have to reinforce it. So the year is starting off pretty good for Basheer Farad Muhammad, because I don't look for things. I'm looking more on that spiritual side, where we can move those spiritual atoms around and get results. That's the key. You know, and there's a little bit I want to cover tonight, because I see a lot of brothers out here. They pretend like they know what they're doing. They pretend like they know where they're going, and they in front of you all. I see a lot of brothers. I know them. Some of them, I be able to communicate with them on social media. They're pushing a lot of black doctrine. They put a lot of good information out there. But when I get an opportunity to talk to them, checking their minds out, brother, this is what we need to be doing. This is maybe we need to try to move forward. This is how we need to be able to set up a way to protect ourselves. And all of a sudden, I see the light go out their eyes. You know, like you damn near stuttering, because you don't have no response. When I'm looking at you, y'all on social media, brother. Y'all pushing this black line. But at the same time, everybody want to make money, which is nothing wrong with that. But just say that's what you want to do. And that's the only thing you want to do. Because all you want to do is just integrate into a sinking ship. Only thing you want to do is sit back and watch the white man gear up to come at the black nation. This is their move. It's getting ready to come about. And you don't have a reaction on how you think your family going to make it. Brother, if you're scared to act now, The only way you will act is if you forced to act. And I'm not talking about picking up no arm. I'm talking about proper planning. Like we've been taught, we don't manufacture, produce any arms at all. We don't have any hospitals at all. But the highest order in the universe is the brotherhood of man. There are things that we can do strategically to protect, defend ourselves, politically, economically, spiritually, on all fronts. There are maneuvers that we can use and put out here strategically to counter a lot of these things that are being planned. But these brothers ain't worth 2 damn cents, in my estimation. Or something, I remember when the Real had all the brothers, when they killed George Floyd, and I seen all the brothers ranking up. Brother, they didn't know how to fall in ranks. And I seen brothers there working out, got the shirts off and stuff. But that was all for the camera. But when you talk to them, it's like an empty shell on the inside. Understand? Where that real masculinity at? Where that manhood at? Where that godliness in you, the provider, protector, and the maintainer of the black nation? This is why the devil walking all over us right now. This is why the devil planning right now to try to take us off this planet. This is why the devil right now trying to find a way to continue the January 6th movement through the Voting Act. Right now, where they can make law to justify what they want to do with us. I can see it. This ain't paranoid. These are facts. And you brothers don't want to even implement anything. All you want to do is be able to wear your crystals, and hang around with people that you think are to look good in front of the people, the celebrities, and some brothers y'all around are very powerful people, but you don't have a plan to do anything. When men come around trying to get you together mentally, so we can put our own situation together, so we can protect our own kind, so we can put together a political action committee. Jabril come up with some good things the other night on this podcast. Just one little simple thing. Why don't we form our own lobbying situation if we want to deal with politics on that level? You understand? How could we protect our community? You don't even know, you don't even sit back and look at if they shut the city down, they close up all the highways. And they put the military or the National Guard, all the Proud Boys and their boys come in. And no food coming in. What would your move be, brother? How would you be able to get any backup to get to your situation or your family? No coordination. Then the internet go down, the phone go down. Then what type of communication system will we have amongst ourselves? These are things men got to think about. Y'all say y'all generals out here, damn it. Y'all say y'all guys out here, damn it. Well, start acting like it. This is no plaything that's taking place right in front of your face. You got crackers on Instagram talking about white boys joking about they want to put black folk back in slavery. But what this really means is this is the conversation amongst the white nation. How come you think they ain't really moved wholeheartedly on these people, these terrorists and went to Washington, D.C. These military generals, they're sitting back, some still in the military, plotting to take over, that the CIA and the FBI know about. Why? Because it pertained to us. You understand? Why? Because it pertained to the original people in this country. They plan to take everything now. They plan to go to the motherland and take control of all the resources. Look at them. Everybody that's stepping up, fight for freedom. Look at it, just the white boys. They're rushing over there, Kazakhstan right now. People got tired of the tyranny. What they do? The white boy Russians come in. Look over in the Middle East. You understand? You got the Saudi Arabians, the Caucasian Arabs, and the Israeli so-called Jews in bed together. You understand? Fighting for control of the so-called Middle East. Chinese all up and down in the motherland, controlling the resources, want to take them over. In Zimbabwe, but Mugabe gone. You understand? It's a black slate that they use. And the villagers say they just taking their land, polluting the land in the air, black clouds, all that happened with Mugabe. The Chinese. You understand what I'm saying? The Indians all over there in South Africa trying to control the economy and the wealth of the original people of this planet Earth. You understand? So what are we doing about anything? We're just fronting. Fronting is over with. Y'all won't even get with 19 keys and put a political action together. You say you ain't tough. Well, he ain't lying. You brother got millions of dollars, some of you in the entertainment business. But all you want to be seen is sitting at the table with corporate CEOs because they're going to take your talent and use it and get filthy rich. They give you a little money. They make you wealthy, but they won't make you powerful. They won't give you no power at all. You understand? Y'all won't sit down with those that know or want to do something better that's collectively going to help the whole black nation. You understand? But you want to integrate so you can go out to the 5-star restaurants and have pictures taken by the paparazzis where you hanging out with movie stars. Or you got rich white folks that you hanging out calling my billionaire friends. You understand what I'm saying? But you ain't putting nothing together whatsoever. We got politicians in Atlanta pretty soon gonna be damn near all white. Buckhead is damn near gonna be running the whole Atlanta. Gentrification is going real strong in this Atlanta metropolitan area right now. Southwest, southeast, South Atlanta, right through there. What they got going on is raggedy. They building over there. Those developers coming in wholesale. You got a black mayor just come in. And the first thing, one of the aldermen did at their first meeting, what I was told is, how they're going to take millions and millions of dollars and install cameras in Buckhead. Well, hell, they already got cameras all over Buckhead already. You used to live over there. Understand? But what about the brothers and sisters? They're sleeping outside, up under nothing but a blanket, and it's raining. An umbrella. Sleeping up on the trees and up on the tarps. Talking about affordable housing. There ain't no damn affordable house. Why couldn't that money have been allocated right away? Why the first thing the mayor talking about, and I don't know the brother, is bringing down crime. I got a 4-point plan. Your first plan should be is to help the unfortunate brothers and sisters and help them get up out of that poverty-stricken situation that they've been placed in. That's what I know a brother is real. You understand? Because the first thing they put on the top of the agenda, not is that law and order agenda that Ronald Reagan came in years ago. Richard Nixon came in with years ago, is how I'm going to help the people change their condition so we can get them off the street and put them in real affordable housing that they can really afford. You understand? How we going to take some billions and billions of dollars to help the black people? Atlanta is being changed as we speak, brothers and sisters. These are the things that I be talking about. You know, I had all these brothers, the smartest man in radio, Basheer Richard. He make a statement today. They talking about the vax. Talking about Candace Owens, that's sick sister. But he had to make a statement about the Muslims. Talking about I ain't no Muslim. But what if the Muslims, if you had to eat the pork chop to save your life, would you do it? Why are you throwing slugs at the Muslims, brother? If you want to take that vax, that's on you. Why are you pushing that on black people? And you say you the smartest man in the radio. You so down, Professor this, Professor that. You understand? A lot of people respect the brother. You understand? I respect him to a point. But I see your mind ain't all the way on the 360 though. You understand? Why you got to throw the slug at the nation, at the Muslims? Because we won't take it. We have that choice. We don't want that damn thing. We don't know what the hell it is. It ain't working too good because you're taking booster after booster after booster. You understand what I'm saying? And you took all that damn stuff in less than a year. Well, they died on it. A lot of people I know that's taking it are dying. Have some type of precondition, they die and take them off the planet. So look at these weak mindsets that we got in front of us. Call themselves leading black people. Mr. Al Sharpton, brother come on and say, well, brother, I think we need to form a defense force looking at the situation in America. Oh, they shut him down. No, brother, it's the vote. It's the vote gonna save us. What did they say? Trayvon Martin, Oscar Grant, George Floyd, Ahmaud Arbery, Breonna Taylor, Tamir Rice, and I can go on and on and on. How is the vote going to help us? The same old Negro mentality. And most of these brothers are in the church houses of America, turning the other cheek. You understand what I'm saying? Trying to get you to turn the other cheek. Like they so damn important because they can go meet with old broke back Biden and Kamala Harris with that white boy. You understand? It's here in Atlanta right now. Trying to get you to vote. And you ain't got a goddamn thing off the table yet. Excuse my language. From this boy. If the only thing they're trying to push the vote right now is a simple fact they know they need to stop what the so-called Republicans are doing in order for this cracker to get back in. But talking about, well, I don't know how people keep talking about they ain't gonna vote for Biden. They need to stop the hell. I do. We tired of being put in the okie doke. If you really understand. I'd rather say, let's put it all on the table now. Understand? We ain't vote for Biden and then let the cards fall where they be. And everybody then gonna have to make a choice. How you gonna line up, brother? How you gonna line up, sister? Understand? Let's go and get it on, if that be the case. Because voting without a plan and a backbone ain't worth a damn thing. If we had young, smart, politically minded, and educated brothers and sisters out here on the front, move some of these old house niggas out the way. You know, brother like IQ, if I like them brothers, because you know what the difference? They come up the hard way from the streets. Understand? Brother talking about he went to church, all this old crap. Hey, well, ain't nothing wrong with it, but brother, people tired of you. All y'all got to do is tell us to vote, and we ain't getting a damn thing from it, that means you're moving wrong. That's mathematics. It's not adding up, black people. Get behind these young brothers out here that's really serious about it and committed to the upgrowth and the liberation of black people, period. See, 19 kids is my son. He ain't even reached the tip of the iceberg where Allah gonna take it. You understand? Gonna be a powerful brother. And if his brothers get with it, stick with it, get their minds and heart and spirit right, they can have a strong, strong brotherhood. See, Basheer II said something yesterday, because he always coming up with these very profound spiritual connotations. He was doing this thing, you know, with his hands, and he called something. And he was saying, you know, y'all are tapping into the wrong thing. You're tapping in other words, to all this material thing that really don't mean nothing. He said, because some of you right now could be dying as I speak. Understand? So which is more important? Your life or that chain? Your life or that car? Your life or that white girl? Your life where you can say, I hobnob with rich, powerful white people that got more wealth than they deserve, got trillions and trillions of dollars, and black people suffering across this planet, living in dire poverty. What you gonna do with all that money? What you gonna do with all them homes? And you polluting the planet Earth that belong to us? Huh? Think about these things, because you ain't got long to think about them now. See, he's been given a reprieve from 1914. Remember, last Muhammad said they extended to 60 years, maybe up to 70. But the time is up now. And you brothers remember, especially you Muslim brothers, all praise is due unto Allah. Always remember him. And don't be scared to mention Allah when you go amongst the people. You understand? That's wherever I go. I always open up in a prayer. I don't care who he is. Okay, what denomination? Because that's what I carry. I carry the true and living God within my essence. That's my backbone. Period. That's my square. That's what keeps me on the square. That's what got my children going to where they're going to go. They're not ordinary children. They're here to get a job done to serve Allah. I got grandchildren. I pray that their parents will teach them well. I pray that they remind them of who they really are and the responsibility that they have on this planet. If they can learn about Spider-Man, they can learn about Allah and the personal master Prophet Muhammad and his last and greatest messenger. Children should have manners, be respectful. Yes, sir. No, sir. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. Get your little boys in structure. Get them out to them doggone TVs. Sit them down and talk to them. Teach them. Acknowledge yourself. Ask your children who they are. They don't even know. The hell going on? Give them the same damn thing you got. It ain't good enough for your children. How you gonna pass a legacy down? And they ain't been taught. How you're going to see the reason we don't have generational wealth? Because we've been heading ahead and have lost the knowledge of self and been taught to hate self and kind. That's the only reason we don't have wealth. And I know Elijah Muhammad said this as well. And that another reason is because if we get wealth, we don't even know the value of it. We don't even know the value of wealth. We don't even know how to use it when we get it. You understand? If you ain't helping your people, you ain't doing nothing. And we criticizing every brother come up with a solution. I seen the brother Jay Morrison come up with some things the other day. If we put this together, so many people put this much amount of money, this is what we can have. He took the numbers down. And then the first thing people want to do is criticize that. I don't know the brother background, but every time brother come up with a solution, y'all find a way to justify it, to criticize. Or he did this, he owed me this, he owed me that. But every time the white boy do something, y'all crying. You understand? We so self-critical of one another. That's why we can't get a damn thing done. Because all we doing is looking for fault. The little sister that run track, Shakira, she come out and posted her natural hair. Oh, y'all didn't like that. You understand? Because she ain't got all them damn chemicals and 4 feet of weave in her hair and all this old damn stuff. Y'all found something wrong. Look at you, how you hate self and kind. It ain't nothing new when you got brothers on here talking about they don't like them black bones, them chocolate sisters. All they want is them light skin. That ain't nothing new. Brothers been talking that talk for the longest. You understand? Only thing now, they just got a platform. Y'all make a whole damn program over that. Well, she'd be talking about more things much more important than that. You understand? You don't even waste your time because that's a dead man walking. Them little brothers ain't gonna bust a grape. And if you look behind the scene, you can put a dress on them, put some high heels and lipstick, drop some weave on them, and I plan all that bust. Dark as hell. Understand? And send that bus straight to Hollywood executives. They be bending over. Don't even waste your time on. We need soldiers out here. We need men out here. We need women out here. You understand? I'm talking about that original black woman. There's a lot of sisters I've been to war with. Hell, them sisters are champions. Tupac's mother was a soldier. Understand? A part of that group of 20 or 21 that they persecuted. Sisters are stepping up much better than some of these brothers out here now. You brothers out in front of the people putting all this information out, talking about this, talking about that, you making money, but you don't even really want to bust a grape if it really came down to it at all. You're just out here fronting. And you keep on. I'll call your butt out. Period. Now what you gonna do about it? Not a damn thing. Double dare you. Well, time up for playing now. And I want to go into prayer just a little bit tonight. And I want to go into some other things, then I'm going to close it out. You understand? Because there ain't no fear here at all. I'll call you but out. So dropping names. There's many brothers I done taught and raised. You know, that's why I like that bait. I can get a better conversation. I can get that militant conversation in the bay. But out here in Atlanta area, not saying all, a bit too feminine. With myself and Rob Muhammad, Pop Key. I ain't on that stuff. You understand? I'm just letting you know. Y'all will do much better trying to play the middle. That's what the hell you're trying to do. It says, prayer service, prayer in Islam. It says, surely prayer keeps one away from indecency and evil, and certainly the remembrance of Allah is the greatest force, and Allah knows what you do. In the Holy Quran, 29th Surah, 45th verse. Prayer is so important. Very, very, very important. It says, surely the best way to strive to be upright in a sinful world is to pray continuously to the one true God whose proper name is Allah for guidance. We are generally sinful and easily yield to temptation, though. We not. It is only fitting to keep up prayer. All the temptation is out here. That's why it's always best to say a prayer. That's why them thoughts come in your mind. Say a prayer. Throw that stuff out. Because you'll be tempted and think you can get away with it in the dark. But that self-accusing spirit ain't going to let you go, brothers and sisters. Because you know you did something you weren't supposed to do. You just thought didn't nobody see it, but Allah is always there. All knowing and all wise. It said, as we are generally sinful and easily yield to temptation, it is only fitting to keep up prayer. Allah, the one true God, has blessed us with the universe. Listen, the sun to shine and brighten up the heavens, giving light for us to see, warmth enabling us to live, and causing vegetation to grow and all life to exist. We reside on the planet through his will. So why should we not pray and continually thank him for his privilege? Did any of you all put the sun, moon, and stars up there? I don't think so. How is it it is who created the atmosphere for us to breathe? It is who created all good vegetation for us to eat, plus the fowl and other animals which are partaken of daily. It is who created the beautiful atmosphere in which we live, in which we, with our own hands, mutilate and destroy for lack of proper guidance. Do we not? Look at the rivers. Go to LA. Look at the sky. You can't barely breathe. I be burning all type of damn stuff. Think about these things, black people. Well, we become so arrogant, sitting up here in the belly of the beast. Everything he put before you, you find an excuse, the reason why you should follow and disobey. Let me continue on. We cannot improve upon the nature in which Allah God was created, all beautiful things, yet we try. We cannot substitute the original beauty with artificial creation, but they try, yet we try. So let us realize the power of Allah, that without him we cannot exist, and make obeisance to Allah through our prayer to him. Y'all counting on AI to do what? Ask yourself that. They got your mind in the matrix already wrapped up, hook, line, and sinker. It'd be different if you had your own mind. You understand what I'm saying? That you can slide in and out the matrix whatever you like. You understand? Because you got that knowledge of self. You know who the true and living God is, and you can distinguish right from wrong. You understand what I'm saying? Well, you wouldn't get captured by it or get caught up in it at all. So a lot of these things that they're showing you in the matrix and all these different things that you can do in the matrix, you have that innate ability in you already. Let's say something. It says here, because you don't know who you are. The original man is the God and Father of self. Say that again. The original man is the God and Father of self. He was self-created. You understand what I'm trying to tell you? So the matrix, metaverse, is really secondhand to you. You have power over all things and all creation that you can manifest with your mind and project. So don't get carried away with it. What you should be doing is use your creative ability to build a black nation with it. Bring in things that they haven't even thought about that you can apply to this. Of good. Y'all worried about the damn matrix and the metaverse. Like it's going on. That's because your mind ain't been prepared. Your spirit ain't been prepared. You understand? You don't know how to deal with those spiritual atoms. You understand? That's out here that you have power and force over. Black man, black woman. My P coming at you tonight, though. Take it let alone, that's on you. Prayer is obligatory in Islam, the true religion. And remember, Allah favor upon you and the covenant which he made with us when you said, we hear and we obey. And fear Allah. Surely Allah knows well what is in our minds. See, you ain't getting away with that rotten, no good thinking. Oh, yeah. Who believe, with an exclamation point, be steadfast in the cause of Allah, bearing witness in equity, and let not a person enmity incite you to act otherwise than with justice. Said the Holy Quran, be always just. This is near righteousness, when you're just. And fear Allah surely. I know a lot of y'all ain't Muslim, but I got to give it away that the way this Christian world, this old devil assembly world, give us that so-called book that King James gave you. But I'm going to give you something that you can draw from. Allah is aware of what you do. Don't think he's not. Allah has promised those who believe and do good deeds that they shall have forgiveness and a great reward according to the Holy Quran. 8th chapter, 10th verse. That's why sometimes, I done did things, man, I had to call on Allah forgive me, please. Understand? Well, I know I did wrong. Hell, I know I'm supposed to do that. So I asked for Allah's forgiveness. And Allah will forgive you. But you only get one time, you understand? You can't keep doing it over. Understand? It says, we are very life to Allah, the Lord of all the worlds, plural. The Lord of all the worlds. Why should we not thank him? A very good thought that we owe to Allah, the beneficent, the merciful. Surely as often as we sin, we turn to him in prayer. He is most merciful and grants us pardon, and oft times we drift back. No, we not. Again, to some other flaw. For this we must turn to him again, asking to be forgiven. Surely Allah knows what is in our hearts, and what is more, he is oft forgiving. This applies to all of us. That's when you see brothers get locked up, they praying their butt off. Allah forgiving, a lot of times they get right out. Right back. Fall right back into the same damn mode. Allah forgive you, most merciful. But that's that true and living God, though. I ain't talking about that mystery God. I'm talking about that true and living God, that Son of Man, that Mahdi, that Christ, that crusher. He is who is alone. He is who is all perfect one, who knows our imperfection and pardons most through his messenger. Remember, and the best way for men for Allah is through prayer. The 5 prayers a day are spiritual refreshment, and he who cleanses himself in and out leaves no filthiness. It would be an insult to invite his Lord Holy Spirit into a house, the outside of which was filthy. Always keep your house clean. Don't never pray in the bathroom. Keep your body and your house clean. Why should we not pray 5 times a day to our Maker? Since we feed our body 3 times a day, what is so important that would keep us away from prayer to the originator of the heavens and the earth? Let us give praise to our God and submit ourselves to the Lord of the world. Remember, plural. And learn how to pray the right prayers in the right manner. Let us serve the one true God whose proper name is Allah in the right state. Remember, I said all righteous people make up Allah. Black people, I ain't trying to make you no Muslim. You already that by nature. You just was head in the head and belongs to knowledge of self and hate self and kind. But I'm going to give it to you the best way I can. The Lord makes us Make me to keep up prayer and my offsprings too. Our Lord, accept the prayer. Our Lord, grant thy protection to me and to my parents and to the faithful on the day when the reckoning will be taken. The prayer of the Muslim will get you an answer every time. Every time. But you got to put something in the bank as well, black people. You just can't pray all the time and they try to make a deposit in the bank with Allah. You got to do good deeds. Your good deeds should outweigh your bad. And all Muslims should always give praise and thanks to Allah. And don't you ever forget it. Because you ain't going to get nowhere unless it's the will of Almighty God, Allah himself. You understand? Period. Every time I come on here, I say my prayer, Allah, let your words become my words. Understand what I'm saying? Because it ain't nothing about Basheer Muhammad. It is Allah. Let me be that vessel. You understand? So maybe I can reach one person tonight, because I know a lot of y'all watching the championship game tonight. You understand what I'm saying? Watching Alabama and Georgia. We ain't sport and play. Quite frankly, I don't give a damn who wins. It's not that important to me anymore. You understand? I'm trying to win in the game of life. You understand what I'm saying? I want my family to win. I want you to win. I want that black nation to win. You understand? I want to learn to get into the accord and the will of Almighty God Allah. So we can get this beast up off the planet and we can come out the belly of the beast and take charge of our planet and all temporal property in view and walk this planet in the perfect manner, always keeping on the alert. Understand what I'm saying? Black people, it's the time we in right now. We worry about every damn thing but the right thing. The significance of prayer, then I'm going to close it out. It's oh you who believe, remember Allah. Remember him frequently and glorify him morning and evening. He is who sends his blessings on you and so do his angels, that he may bring you forth out of utter darkness into the light. And in his mercy is to believe. Prayer is better than sleep. Always pray that Allah will not only remove the heart of the devil from me, but from that black nation of that darkness that we've been put in. Take the heart of the devil from the black man and woman in America, oh Allah. You understand? This is why we should be praying for one another. Tapping in now. It says, this alone is salvation, just to be brought out of the darkness and ignorance into the light of truth. Who is in more need of the truth than American so-called Negroes who do not have the knowledge of self, nor of anyone else, and who love those who hate them and spitefully use them. See, we love the ones that hate us. We love them when they kill us. We hugging them in the courtrooms of America, praying for forgiveness, turning the other cheek. I ain't never seen the devil turn the other cheek yet. But he brought you that Bible, the King James version of the book. You understand what I'm saying? Who else needs this more than anyone? When brothers come before the people and give a solution. You're trying to find a way to discredit the brother. You're trying to find fault. You know, I did that podcast with the real, like I told him, George Simmons had to kill my son. I did everything in my power to kill that cracker. I'd have disappeared off the face of the planet Earth. My family might have never saw me again, but I'd have been laying low trying to get this devil. And I had somebody talking about, then some old slick talk, talking about nigga, then you should kill him. Well, I just told him then, well, have your mama kill him. Huh? Well, I ain't playing out here with none of that foolish talk. But that's one of them little provocateurs they always got there watching. Now go get your mammy then. Have her kill him then. Hell wrong with you. That's the way a man's supposed to be. Period. I see the OGs talking stronger than these young soldiers out here. All y'all are doing, back it up. But you're killing one another though, right? Come to success. Prayer and obedience to Allah will bring you success. The prayer beside is standing erect, with facing toward the east, with hands raised and declaring to the one God, Allah, that he has turned himself to Allah, God, the originator of the heavens and the earth. The prayer position, especially designed and worded for those lost sheep, the so-called Negro who have been lost from the knowledge of their God and people, and now declare that they have turned again to their God, Allah, and are upright to him. That's why a lot of the Muslim, Orthodox Muslims got a problem with us standing upright, bowing to Allah, standing to the east. Or they down doing this akats, salats on the floor. Honorable Elijah Muhammad taught us to stand erect. Understand what I'm saying? When we come to Allah in complete obedience to Allah, we carry no weapons, we submit to you, O Allah. Now look at the Muslims in the East murdering one another wholesale. Muslim countries in bed with the devil. Those that are sitting in the seat of Mecca in bed with the so-called Jews, help murdering their own people, the Yemenis, the Lebanese, the Palestinians, all over the Middle East, the Bahrainians, the Emirates, all of them done jumped in bed with the devil. And you got nerve to say something to us? We still got a price to pay for help selling us into slavery. You understand what I'm saying, Arab? Yeah, we got you on our sites right now. We will not let your butt off the hook because Allah ain't gonna let you off the hook. That's why you're catching hell day and night. That's why you had to turn to Trump to buy all these weapons and all these bombs, form a coalition that bombed the Yemenis people, trying to control that Gulf over there of the Strait of Hormuz. That's why you fighting against the Iranians right now. That's why you're in bed with the Chinese right now. You got the Muslims in concentration camps. That's why you're in bed with the Russians right now. That's why you plotting against Hezbollah right now. That's why you're all down there in Mali, in Sudan. Omar Basheer subjected the people. Arab. Now you got Sudan divided. You got the military coming against the people. You Arabs. Oh yeah, you got a price to pay. Don't say a damn thing about us, period. One thing you can say about the Muslims in America, we ain't fought one another. Period. And we never will. We ain't bombing no mosques, we ain't bombing no churches, murdering innocent people, going in to pray. We ain't forming no ISIS with the CIA. And murdering our people. So shut the hell up. Y'all should share this one. I want them all to see this. Imagine a native Muslim who never was lost from Allah and his people in the Holy Land or Holy City reciting the above prayer. The prayer has been turned into the wrong direction. He is in the west, looking again due east, confessing his faults for going astray from his God and people, and declaring that for going astray from his God and people, and declaring that he had been unjust to himself. He confesses his faults and declares that no one can grant him protection from his fault, but Allah God. If he further asked that evil morals be turned away from him and that he be guided to the best of morals. He is now leaving the infidel of the West who brought him into darkness and pleading to be guided to better morals. Is not what the Muslims in the Nation of Islam are doing. Surely we, the so-called Negro, lost all of our good morals among the enemies of the West. The type of the so-called Negro is given in many parables in the Bible. In fact, if the Bible is rightly understood, it refers to none other than the so-called Negroes and their enemies, if you understand the Bible. The chosen people of God to whom God gave the firstborn convert, and even the Mahdi, Christ offered his life to restore the so-called Negro again to their own kind. But the so-called Negroes are blinded with a picture of the Jews' salvation and cannot see their own self in prophecy. They should shout with joy over the understanding that God has and is causing me to give them of the book. Just want to give you a little bit on prayer tonight. How important and knowing how to really pray to get the results that you really be looking for, that we really need. But you've been taught to turn away from that true and living God. You've been taught to pray to a mystery God that does not even exist, brothers and sisters. I got to tell you like it is. I got to tell you the truth. As they say, it should make you free. Free up your mind. All you brothers carrying all these different symbols. But it ain't giving you a liquor strip. You still want to integrate with your open enemy. You want to slide into the table with him. You really want to be his brother. You want to be a brother to the devil. When you give your word, the word don't mean a damn thing at all. I don't trust none of you. No, you got to show now. You got to prove your damn self. I heard Jabril 19 Keys talking about, you know, when you're a Muslim, you know, you'd already discriminate just being a black man in America. And, you know, the brother and I, we used to always talk, damn, we got 3 more strikes on us now. Now we're considered a black Muslim in America. Well, we got to go out here and take care of business, so business can take care of us. When we walk in with that suit and bow tie on, you can feel the energy shift, even amongst your own people. Negro got nerve to make a statement about a pork chop, and he supposed to be an enlightened brother. How disrespectful can you be, brother? But I hear you, when you're talking about Buckhead, they want to separate. You call the one that helped support the Trump out of New York your brother. But you declared openly that you ain't no Muslim, but you calling these devils your brother and trying to insult the Muslim by the damn pork chop. But supposed to be the smartest man in radio. Got you on all the college campuses and all of these damn things. When we conducting business, well, we know the odds can be stuck against us. But when you have that commitment and that determination to overcome any and all obstacles, like taking that letter to Garcia, and when you're successful, you just become more powerful. Because then you begin to realize your God is God. Understand what I'm saying? And when you have to confront your enemy face to face, and you see that fear coming in him, he backed down on you. He got all the guns, all the weapons, got you surrounded, got him pointed at you. We see black men ready to die right there on the spot. He done call all the available police that he can get his hands on for about 20, 25 brothers. Understand? And you know there's no God but Allah. You come out unscathed without a hair touching on your head. Nobody been arrested. Nobody been harmed. You understand? That's power, black man. That's power, black woman. When your little children see that in their fathers, in their uncles, and their cousins, and in the women, how do you want to make a punk out of them? When you teach them to come before hundreds of people as little children and go before the audience and speak on subject matters. Understand? Room full of people, politicians, church people, teachers, whoever it might be, 400 or 500 people. Understand? And they walk out on the stage, fully confident. That's why you see that one video they got Jabril when he come out was teaching with that fire. You understand? But that's a little child. Little kids walking out there, stomach in, chest out, head up. Fully confident, taking the mic, spitting it. You understand? You see black men taking care of business, having business meetings, conducting business. You see the black woman taking care of business in harmony with the black man. Each one teach one, taking instructions, getting the job done. That's power that your baby is seeing. And you teaching the knowledge yourself. They're sitting back learning now. You teach them the history of themselves. So when you set them up in your own school, not the white boy school, when they graduating at 15 years old, I said 15, qualified to go to any university in America and graduate and be successful. That's power, black people. How can I say that? Because we have done it over and over again. Hell, the Asian one graduated, the youngest graduate of the Oakland school system, period, at that time, at 15 years old. They graduated from the IWS Educational Center, and we had him go do 1 year in the public school system. And he graduated at 15, walked across that stage, got his paperwork. Now he off to college the next year. We had to hold it back 1 year because he beat his sister out. And she was old. Understand what I'm saying? The real them went to the school that we set up, where you learn how to think. Understand? You can see the difference. Yusuf went to our school. Kalima, Unisa, Muhammad, and Ali went to our school, Elijah Educational Center, and Muhammad Academy in St. Louis. Top student. Won an award to Savior Day for citing the Quran. You understand what I'm saying? Then we took her and put her in a top flight school in St. Louis so she could be even more challenged, getting her prepared to go to college. Went to DePaul University. Understand what I'm saying? This is how you got to do your family. But you got to go black, not white. You got to go black all the way. Look how she's teaching now. Look how her thoughts and her mind is operating now. Understand what I'm saying? It ain't all dull. It ain't all confused. The children will come out willing to speak truth to power. What can I say? Love what? But and I wonder, like I say, the subject night, where we going, I must change some things where we been. I want to talk a little bit about the Black Panther a little bit. See, like I say, We got to have a political revolution. Not this crap they got going on right now. At all. And we got to have self-determination. This is some of the things that the Black Panther Party called for. The Panther called for an end to police brutality. This is years ago. Exemption for military service. Now these crackers go to war. If they go to war today, they'll be trying to draft your butt tomorrow. And look how they're treating us in America. There's a debate on whether you even got a right to vote. There's a debate in America, should you be protected from the police or not? But if they go to war, they expect you to fight. And some of you will. We want a quality education, not being miseducated. Like I tell you, folks, you get that quality education, you're already committed to self-determination automatically. You want decent housing where you won't be sleeping on the sidewalk and viaducts of America, where our children won't be getting burned up in these homes like in Philadelphia and in New York, and this cheap, raggedy butt house and they got us sitting in. They had to say it was due to a heater. Well, that's because the heating ain't working in the building properly. You gotta bring in some extra heat. Or the bill's so high, damn you get damn near you're damn near freeze or you can't pay the bill. Look how they got us living. We ain't got decent housing. Some of you got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 houses. What the hell you need all that for? White boy. Some of you got $30 million houses, some of the brothers. What you need all that for? You can reach back and help another unfortunate person. Understand? Put them in a home, build some housing for them. That's only righteous. That's only just. Understand? And create jobs and opportunities. You can do that. You can do it more easily. Hell, we did it without nothing. With our minds and the commitment. That has to get some land where we can have some peace, some bread, and some justice. This is the Black Panther platform. They push for racial equality and economic justice. We're still pushing for the same doggone thing. They said during the Black Panther first 5 years of existence, the group deployed multiple and provocative organizing techniques, ranging from the Panther Patrol, which they patrol the neighborhoods, their own community, offer free breakfast, lunch, health care, which we need so badly right now, and legal assistance to the poor Black people. We don't have none of this stuff. They got programs. We ain't got nothing that the brothers and sisters operating in our community right now. All these mental health issues, all the herbs and all this stuff that y'all pushing out here. There's nothing based in our community whatsoever. They had formed a newspaper, formed national and international chapters all across the country, in various countries on this planet that were fighting for freedom, justice, and equality. And they came up under heavy national and international surveillance, which automatically took place, watching the brothers and sisters. They developed a new language. I heard Jabril speaking on that 19 keys. Its members called police pigs. They cried America a racist, greedy, materialistic, repressive, and use of Gestapo tactics in the Black community. Do they not do that today? Or are we not up under the same conditions today? But these were Black men calling it out. And let me remind you, they come up under the teaching of the Honorable Muhammad, and they followed a lot of the dictates of Malcolm X when he was up under the nation. Their greatest legacy was to speak truth to power and act with courage, determination, and grace. Where is it at today? Just voting is your determination. Just voting is your courage and your grace. That's all you got to offer the black community. But these same Negro leaders are living good, got multi-million-dollar contracts on TV. Their family living good, but the people they're supposed to be supporting are living in squalor. They ride nice cars, eating some of the best of foods, going on vacation, going out the country when they choose. Got the finest of clothes, children getting the finest of education, but they're supposed to be representing you and I, right? No longer did we have to argue with and fight. Listen, when we was into this mindset back in the 60s, this is what was going on. They said no longer did we have to argue and fight about what are you looking at? Why are you looking at me like that for? And don't step on my sneakers. And this is my block. And having the wrong colors on. See, that's what's going on. Now we really had something to fight for, because we were standing for something. We wasn't worried about what you're looking at. Wasn't worried about you stepping on my Nikes or them Jordans, claiming a block that we didn't even own, or killing a brother because he got the wrong colors on. No, we wasn't into that. Wasn't worried about no sets, because we had something to fight for. Now we had the people to fight for that was bigger than any game or any club. We had a goal. We had something to look forward to, which was the betterment of black people. This is what was going on once upon a time. We had something to strive for. That's when brother fought them days. Brother had weapons. Brother just used them hands. Understand? Very seldom did you have all this murder that's going on now. You understand? Because our ultimate goal was to fight for freedom, justice, and equality. You understand? Yeah, we was out there hunting, but we was hunting them white boys. You understand? Yeah, we was out there hunting, we was hunting the police. You understand? But now they done turned the table. We hunting one another. We worrying about the colors. We worrying about respect. Better step on your shoe. You want to kill it now. But you throw your gun and you run like cowards. You understand? Or you get on social media like you on this big 6 energy and ain't about nothing. There was a time in the Black Panther Party when all-out war was declared on the Black Panther Party by the government. When the brothers were being shot down in the streets or set up and going to jail for years, some died on the inside. They were murdered on the inside. Some were murdered on the outside. And some are being held to this very day. Would never see the light of day. They did 20, 30 years in solitary confinement. There was a time when the Black Panthers consisted mostly of women, because brothers were locked up and had to go underground. That's when the women stepped up. I read what sister said. She was just a young girl, but she had to become a woman. She was pregnant. They were facing the police. She didn't know if they were going to get trampled on. She'd lose a baby because all the brothers had to go under. They had to step to the forefront, keep running the chapters, keep the operation moving. You understand what I'm saying? It was the sisters that black woman, young black something women. She said she was a girl coming in, but she was a woman. She had to become a woman damn near overnight. We've been to war with sisters. I still love them sisters to this very day. They get all of my utmost respect and honor and gratitude. They call on me whenever they need me, whatever I got, if I got it, they can always get it. I will always come to their aid. Whatever security they need, I'll be there. There's nobody better not touch them. They live in various places in this country right now. You understand? Because them sisters got locked up. And none of them fall short. And none of them turned state's evidence. They rolled it out all the way and had babies and mothers as well. But they still strong. A lot of brothers will fold. Something about that black woman. My sister-in-law, once upon a time, a sister-in-law, straight soldier. Understand? Got locked up, jumped on all type of stuff. And still militant to this very day. What's happening with you, some of you brothers? When you are young, fear is not really in your vocabulary. When you're young, you ain't got no fear. It's not even in your vocabulary, brothers and sisters. But something about these young people today, they carry a lot of fear. They're scared of losing the contract. They make them punk out. They're scared to be seen with certain brothers that's known to be disliked by the government. You're scared to mention Minister Farrakhan's name. You put that behind your back. They said we can't be afraid of death because that is the epitome of being a true revolutionary. We growed up, you know, we didn't have no fear of dying. Because when you committed to your cause and your freedom, if you're afraid of dying, you ain't committed. You ain't trying to die. But you know that's a grave possibility. When you're going up against the forces of the United States of America, when people plotting on your lives, you know that's a real possibility that could actually happen. So what's going on with this black man today? I'm talking to the brothers, and there's a lot of soldiers out here, don't get me wrong. But I'm trying to hit up them soft. I'm trying to put a little backbone in them tonight. Trying to let them know now, excuse me, that we got an eye on you. Understand? Because pretty soon you're going to be tested. This also was a grievance board that they set up within the community. If brothers and sisters had a dispute, they didn't have to call the police. You can call the brothers of the Panther headquarters. We had the same situation. And they will go to the homes and we'll settle that dispute. We're not leaving until we get some type of understanding. You're not calling the police because you call the police like they do today. You both end up getting shot or going to jail. Understand what I'm saying? Instead of calling the police, you can call the Panther office. Here's another tidbit. This is what brothers and sisters got to do now. It says, empty your mind. Be formless, shapeless like water. If you put water in a cup, it becomes the cup. You put water in a bottle and it becomes the bottle. You put it in a teapot, it becomes the teapot. That water can flow or it can crash. Be water, my friend. So empty yourself of all this fear, all of that doubt that we can't do this, we can't do that. Be water, brothers and sisters. Get into the spirit of Almighty God himself. You understand what I'm saying? Then let's go and get the job done. The only way it's gonna get done if you do it. There ain't no mystery God gonna do this for you, brothers and sisters. This is the time to show up. It said neither the male nor female can fulfill. Now we going into another tidbit, and this is something I want to go into a little bit tonight as well. This is talking about where are we going? Where are we going? If we don't empty our minds of all this fear and establishment that's been put on us, all of that doubt, I can't, we can't. You understand what I'm saying? Empty your mind of all this material gibberish that all we striving for is a Gucci bag. All we striving for is a house, a dog, and a picket fence. Is that all you want? That ain't all that you need. Throw a lot of that out. You can get it. Ain't nothing wrong with it. But don't let that be your purpose, black man, black woman. No, we got a bigger purpose. It says neither the male nor female can fulfill their relationship to each other until they are first properly connected to the source of all creation, which is God. This is why the divorce rate is so high and the dissatisfaction rate in relationships between the sexes is even higher. That's why you have so much discontent amongst us right now. So much dissatisfaction, so much complaining about the black man and woman relationship. But I'm going to go on a little bit tonight because I think family is so important. That's why I'm always pushing it. Always the key in my estimation. Marriage should be about what can I give my husband as a woman? What can I give my wife as a man? That will enrich them and bring them joy by encouraging them to become closer to God alone. And a lot of our relationships now, the way we moving closer to the devil than Allah. We're more worried about the things that we can give one another or not giving one another than that spiritual food and moving closer to Almighty God Himself. And because the bottom line is a woman wants a man that's godly, a good woman. So the women come in and looking at you like you're God, brothers, until we start moving in the wrong direction. But let me go on. It said, remember, Allah God has given men authority over women. The enemy knowingly broke the black man and freed the black woman. Listen. Remember, Allah God has given men authority over women. The enemy knowingly broke the black man and freed the black woman from the control of the black man, so that he could become the controller of the black woman. This is what's been played on us. Broke the black man, like they say, what they call buck breaking, all that old type of stuff. Took the man out the home. Came in and took his woman, put the man up under the bed. Came in the 60s with that so-called welfare. Brother ran about the home. So her man became the white man to this very day. That's why you talking about some women that talk about they don't have to do anything in a relationship, but just show up. Don't have to bring nothing to the table but their body, And all them long eyelashes and all that weave and stuff, all that makeup on and mess up your white shirt and all that damn stuff. You got to get new. But where is the substance? Where is that black woman? That's the second self of Almighty God, Allah that created himself at. It says, the white man's control destroyed her, and she became the force of destruction for our nation. Now, women don't want no man in the home no more. They don't mind having a child, but they don't want him in the home. They don't want no man telling them what they should do, need to do. I don't think they the boss over a man. I mean a real man. Leave me $100,000, man, but you ain't bringing nothing to the table at all. No substance whatsoever. And this is based on what the Caucasian did to us, unbeknownst to the mind of one another. A black woman has been taken out of her own spirit and mind. And the white man got her thinking a whole nother way now. This so-called modern woman. There's a lot of fault on the black man as well. We all bear responsibility in this. But we also owe our children, black people. It ain't about me, mine, I. You want your children to become something that you're not. It ain't mathematics. It don't even add up. You got to become what you want your children to become. You got to become upright. You got to become a unifying force in the home and in your relationship. We got to get back to one another so we can really change our condition while we got the chance. Because we don't have a very long time to do this now. And black woman, ain't nobody gonna protect you. If you lose the black man now, you through. You just for the enemy. It says, the white man control destroyed her, and she became the force of destruction for our nation. When the husband and wife are in harmony, they are an unstoppable force with the ability to channel their energies toward the accomplishment of any goal. When you got your woman with you, brother, that's the greatest force that you can have. Any goals you bring up out your mind and you know she with you, and she is encouraging you all putting it together, working together, you accomplish any goal. The more unified a couple is, the more force and power they exert, the more successful you become. This unity in marriage is the death of a marriage. Say it again. The woman want to go this way, you try to go that way. That's the beginning of the fall of any marriage. That's the death. Then that's when all of that trouble started coming in on the babies. Watching mama and daddy being disunified, you losing all the force and power that they have had. They see all that start to disappear. And they don't understand. But they're taking on all that trouble. And y'all seeing the truth. But you're not really caring, but you see it. Understand? You got one parent over here, you got another over there some damn where. He got one child, you got another. Or they're spending the weekend. Some got them 2 days, some got them 4 days. But they love both of you all the same. Now they forced to make a choice. They forced to hear one parent talking against the other. That's why we losing. That's why we got a lot of our little young boys so weak-minded. They don't have any structure at all. It says, who divided us, putting man against woman, is the question. Answer that question. And you might figure out what to do in the homes. You might figure out how we can get our freedom, justice, and equality back. Black people, I don't take long with you tonight at all. But this is very important information. If you understand what I'm trying to give you. Family is so important in this day and time. You brothers in your home, I commend you for staying with your family, brother. You sisters that's in the home, I commend you for staying with your husbands. Even though it might be difficult at times. But there's always pain and difficulties in any relationship. It's pain being born. Sometimes you might not even like one, and they might even fall out of love with one another. But usefulness determines one's value where you can go back into that love. Because it's bigger than either one of us. But ultimately, it's really about the children. You want them to grow up being balanced. You want them to grow up feel like they're being loved and connected to both of their parents. Understand? And protected. You want the father to be there for the son as well as that baby girl. But she got that father she can look up to, get that love from. Or you get that discipline, insightful that to his son. And you see the mother happy in the home. They're being productive together, having structure in the home. And you teaching freedom, justice, and equality in the home. You're teaching knowledge of self in the home. But the main thing is to showing that unity and the children at ease. But they know when they come home, mom gonna be there. No father gonna be there. They don't feel like they caused the division in the family, or they don't hear you arguing all the time. And they sitting in another room because they love you both dearly, not knowing what the outcome gonna be. One talking about you gonna leave this, that, and another. Well, they go out the house, go to school with peace of mind, come back home into love. It says, this is what during the time of what must be done series, and I'm gonna close this out. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, guided by Allah, God, and His Christ, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, to point out the lie, and the liar must be exposed. See, we've been lied to. Why the lie and the liar? The lie is the lie. But if you expose the lie and not the source of the lie, the liar, then the liar can and will go on to tell more lies. Spirits don't tell lies. Men do. When we recognize the lie and then trace the lie to its source, we find the liar. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches us that Islam is the nature of all created things. This is in bold letters. Islam is the nature of all created things. He said Islam is a world. If Islam is a world and is the nature of all created things, and in Islam there is mathematics, then mathematics become the nature of all living things. Therefore, anything that violates mathematics, logic, reason, analyzation, and examination, and cannot be found in parallel with the moment must be disregarded. Least it corrupts the nature of the object or the person that believes in it as a reality. See, that's why we've been corrupted in America. Add it up. You can't. It don't add up at all. But we'll make it fit into our reality in this false matrix that we're living in, and we'll go against our own nature, knowing it ain't really adding up. And you'll come up with this messed up reasoning to justify it. That's why a lot of you lose your minds. You understand? Because you don't put your mind in a reality that don't even exist. And it puts you in so much darkness and unease and depression. And sometimes it'll just be one of you all in the home, and it'll be one in the home that ain't trying to live in that reality. You understand? That's why it's good to have a good woman that wants to be free. Because if you don't get a good woman, it could be the man. She'll have you, or he'll have you submitting to this false reality. And you'll be enslaved until the day you die. You understand what I'm trying to tell you? Of a false reality that's not even real. Have you going against your own nature. And when you put it in your mind, it don't even add up. It don't even make sense. Listen, black people under the tutelage of the white man have not excelled at mathematics. The father of mathematics, and we ain't excelling in mathematics. The only mathematics we've been good at is knowing how to calculate the distance between a basketball and the rim. We become good at the mathematics of calculating how to run, turn, cut, and receive a pass when the quarterback throws it, how to angle ourselves to catch the perfect interception. We got good at mathematics of sport and play, but we're not good at supreme mathematics. Supreme mathematics is beyond algebra, calculus, and quantum physics. Supreme mathematics is the ability to add, subtract, multiply, and divide thoughts in order to accurately write 25,000 years of history in advance. See, the black man writes his history 25,000 years in advance. That means you got to calculate, add, multiply, subtract, and divide, black people. Our history has already been written 25,000 years in advance, based on the circumference of the planet Earth, 24,926,000 miles. We're not good at math today. God's mathematics is bigger than geometry and calculus. God's mathematics is a careful consideration, examination, and the gross multiplication and division of thoughts. Read that back. We're not good at the math today. God's mathematics is bigger than geometry, calculus. God's mathematics is a careful consideration, examination, and the gross multiplication and division of thoughts. Action weighed evenly against circumstances. In the law of cause and effect. Events and facts in time and space before it ever comes into existence. That means you done thought about it, weighed it out, turned it upside down, all which way. Even before you bring it out of the mind. It's been calculated, it's been weighed out, it's been added up. You done broke it down, divided it. Then you bring it out into existence because you know it's in time and on time. You know it's right and it's sad. You understand what I'm trying to tell you, black man? What type of math we using today? The father of all mathematics. It says, God's mathematics is always based in addition and multiplication. Hence the instruction to be fruitful. He said to be fruitful means to reproduce, multiply. Multiply is a higher form of addition. It is an accelerated rate of addition. For example, 6 plus 2 equals 8, but 6 times 2 produces a greater number than 8. 6 times 2 equals 12. So multiplication, fruitful, multiply, replenish the earth are the instructions. But Sister Basheer, well, now, Sister, how you use a baby? Make sure you get it right, man, though. Replenish means to replace the earth with something better than what currently is, and this is what's wrong with the world right now. See, we got to replace all of this foolishness. Your children are being born to replace that which is wrong with the planet Earth. And your responsibility and duty in the home is to create the right environment, to teach the right mathematical language in the home, to teach the knowledge of self in the home, to teach freedom, justice, and equality in the home, to tell your children that they are gods in the house of the Most High God, and they were born with a responsibility to bring in a new world order, to build the world. Well, after this world is destroyed, well, they set the world up in the hereafter, where the black man and woman don't even know what it is to break their word, don't even know what it is to tell a lie. They won't even know that we use a war on the planet every year. War will not exist on the planet at all. There will be no poverty on the planet at all. There will be no tyrants and despots on the planet in the new world, in the hereafter at all. Black people, there will be love, peace, happiness, freedom, justice, and equality all over the planet Earth. You understand what I'm talking about? Black people, this is the world that's coming in. The whole world is dying as we speak. Am I lying? Look at the pandemic. Look at all the variants that's popping up as we speak. You understand? None of this will even exist in the new world. There is a cure for all that is being brought on this planet. But the law is in charge today. You got to clean it up. Understand what I'm saying? It said, the truth is that white skin is the symbol and the white man is the substance. And the white mind, let me read that back. The truth is that the white skin is the symbol and the white mind is the substance. The white flesh is the label, but the wickedness and the lying and the lust and the murder are the ingredients inside the package called the white man. Lust. Lust for somebody's resources. Lust for somebody's land. Lust to want to take over somebody's land. Lust to want to go in other people's land and take their oil, take their gold, take their diamonds. They lusted for the original man, went way over in the motherland. They lusted for so much material good and took a human being and made him a slave and put him down on all fours and called him an animal and sold him like chattel. And not only that, they took his mind, they took his culture, they took his spirit, and damn near took his soul. And made another being they called a nigger or a negro. Now we running around like the Europeans did in the caves of Europe when they went down on all four and lost the knowledge of self and even their language. Well, all they could do was grunt and make sounds. And not the black man in America lost his own language. We speak a bastard language called English. We're not even allowed to speak our own language. They took our clothes from us and put us in the bottom of a ship But when we landed in a strange land, they sold us off and gave us our slave master name. You went to one plantation, might have been Smith. You were sold down to another plantation, name became Joe. Whoever owned you, that became your name. And we so proudly today carry the slave master name, talking about that's my family name. That's a damn lie. That's the slave master name that owned your ancestors, brother. You should be glad to throw that name away, because it will not be allowed to go into the hereafter. But y'all keep holding on to it. It ain't going into the hereafter, brothers and sisters. You can take it or let it alone. If I were you, I would play heed to this tonight. I keep harping on trying to tell you, brothers and you sisters, what's going on. It says, as a black man or woman, even though by label we are supposed to have the ingredients of God, the ingredients of the righteous, the ingredients of power, if you have the ingredients of lying, lust, stealing, and murder, even though the label says black man God, but if the ingredients on the inside have lying and murder, greed and lust, then the ingredients of the devil are present. It's in us. It's been placed in us. Lusting, lying, murder, greed, all of these ingredients been placed in the original man. All these ingredients been placed in God himself, the Father of all creation, that one is self-created. Didn't know anything about none of these things. That did not even exist within us. Have been placed in us by an open enemy that Almighty God of Allah allowed to come on this planet and exist and to take charge of this planet, but came out of the original man himself. That brown germ and exists within the original man. Will allow us here to destroy all of that. The experiment is over, brothers and sisters. It says, for example, if you had a pack of Kool-Aid and it's labeled grape, no matter how purple the label is, if you pour the contents of water and cherry ingredients are inside of it, there's nothing you can do to change it from cherry into grape, no matter what the label says. Likewise, so it is with us, black man and woman. We cannot afford to just think that skin is going to get us through. This skin thing ain't going to get us through. This is just a child baby land. We got to speak to one another to get the point across. No, it ain't about the skin that's going to get us into the hereafter. It's not about the color of skin that's going to keep that fire off your butt. It's about what's on the inside. That's why I always say the prayer for the black nation, where Allah destroy the heart of the devil within the black nation and in myself, and replace it with one like thy own. Black people, listen to what I'm saying. It's what's on the inside. Like King say, the contents of one's character. And what we got floating around inside of us must die, or you won't make it. Or the little devil children that you're raising up in your home, they ain't gonna make it. So you better teach it well, you better teach it right. You got better get them all out of this devilish content that you got them right now watching. Get them all that devilish content. You got to play with them head games. All they're doing is murdering something, putting it in their minds, recording it into their DNA, into their spirit and their soul and subconscious mind. All of that got to die. Period. Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, "Will be some white folks. Be a handful of them make it into the, well, they make 1,000 years, you understand, before they all disappear." It says, likewise, so with the black man and woman, we cannot afford to just think that skin is going to get us through. It is only a label if we don't have the ingredients of God within us. Then we will suffer the same destruction, the same fall, the same hell that the white man will suffer in his last days, because he's getting ready to suffer. He's getting ready to go through hell. And if we don't get that God ingredient back in us, black people, we're going to suffer the same fate. It says a house divided against itself is not just the same, it is a fact. Man and woman divided created division in the family and ultimately in the nation. They run that back. A house divided against itself is not just a saying, it is a fact. Are we not divided, black man and woman? We can't stay married 5 damn years. We can't even develop a strong relationship 1 damn year. We divided. We complaining about one another. Complaining about this. We complain about that. That's why the black nation is divided. Well, we're talking about we can't come together. Well, hell, if we can't come together in the home, black man, black woman, how we going to come together on the outside? How we going to have a brotherhood? How we going to come together in unity? Work together in the sisterhood, and ultimately put everything together. And we got unity, because unity is practiced in the home. Ultimately, that unity is being seen by the children, and they come out the home practicing unity. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. This is all I'm going to give you tonight on this one. Food for thought. Black man, black woman, let's get this together. Time is short now. What I'm trying to tell you tonight, the Pop P is trying to tell you tonight, you carry the keys. You carry the keys to your future. You carry the keys ultimately the future of your children. You carry the keys ultimately to the ones that ain't even been born yet, that could be sitting in your womb right now. You control your own children's destiny by what you do, by what you think, by the way you living, by the principles and morals that you practice. Get up out of the mind of the beast. Get back into that God spirit. That God mind is already in you. Tap back in. Please tap back in. Whatever name you want to call him, I call him Allah. But it's just that one with many names. Let's get back into producing gods. The Father of all creation, self-created from the mind, from the unseen. I told my granddaughter before she left, I said, you know you done had difficulties. I said, but remember this. You're very special. You're the second self of the Creator himself. God created you from himself, not from the testicles of man. He created you from his very essence. You're very beautiful, and I always remember you're special. And that I love you. I always carry that with you and be respectful. You need to learn how to respect one another. You need to learn how to come up out of the words I like to use, all this trauma, all of you all the struggling in your relationships and in your marriages. I would suggest, especially the married couples, you need to give it another shot. You understand? You need to take a look at it real closely. Take it to a higher level. Take it to the divine level. Take it to that higher spiritual level. Commit yourself to a higher understanding. Quit thinking about me, mine, I. Give it to Allah. Is this what God really wants between us? Is this the outcome we really want? Maybe we've hurt one another. Maybe we disrespected one another. Maybe we made mistakes. How can we correct those mistakes and take it to a higher level? Brothers, take it to a godly level. Sisters, take it to a godly level. Find a way to stay there and look down with you, the guys over your children. Give them a chance. Give your babies a chance, man. Fathers and mothers are so important. Fathers, quit leaving your home when the going get tough. It's bigger than us. This is all a big test, a big experiment. Can God's people get it together? Can we bring that morality back into our lives? Can we admit our faults to one another? Can we let it go? So ultimately, we're put here to be a servant to Allah, to bring about change. God's bring about righteous change. That's when you know you're God. When you go through all the darkness and all the challenges in life, and at the end of the day, you can add it up, it equals to God because you were able to overcome. You understand what I'm saying? Get about the white man's mindset and the way he thinks, the way he has of looking at life, the way we do things, even the way we look at sex, the way we even look at marriage, the way we even look at our children. Understand? Get out of that mindset. So I appreciate everybody that tapped in tonight. And I pray if I just reach one tonight, because that one that I reach will reach another, and the one they reach that you reach will reach another, and so forth. But let's bring about a new world where we can have some peace within our own spirits. And then we'll really understand that this love that we're talking about, in my mind, is Pop Keys, is really a creative force of good. So as I come before you tonight, I will leave you with the divine greeting words of peace and happiness. Assalamu alaikum, and long live Muhammad. Because regardless or not, the black man and woman shall rise from the bottom to the top and sit on that throne with Almighty God, Allah Himself. and bring about a complete change on this planet. So good night. Stay safe, stay well, and look at your babies and one another and say, I love you. Understand? Give one another a hug. Even if you're mad, hell, hug one another. We don't have a lot of time in this. Good night. La Wakba, La Wakba, La Wakba. Long live Muhammad, brothers and sisters.
Hello, thank you for calling Anthem Blue Cross. This call may be recorded for quality assurance. We have some important COVID-19 vaccine information to share. Before we get started, please tell me